So you want to get into motorbike photography. I've been doing it for almost 2 years now. Started with an iPhone and then bought a cheap camera off Marketplace. Yeah, I've invested almost $5,000 into my actual photography camera. And so I'm going to use that one today. I'm going to show you some of the fundamental tips on how to take pictures of a motorbike. Yeah, taking pictures of a motorbike is fairly aligned with taking pictures of cars, but you know, they're not the same. So there's different techniques that I'm going to go through and show you how to do. The sun is beautiful. Yeah, we're coming up on the spot now. If you want me to do a video on like how I find photo shoot locations, maybe something like how to take pictures on an iPhone, anything like that, leave a comment below. I want some suggestions on what to make, so subscribe, leave a comment on what you want to see from me. And yeah, let's get into these 5 tips. Down, what's it called? Marina Walk. It's a beautiful, fairly well-known photo shoot location here on the coast, but one that I love. All in the shade. I don't know if we want all the shade, but we got it. So yeah, we'll stay in this little pocket of sun. It could be interesting. Alright, got the bike here. Let's set up down here and pull the camera out. So we've got the bike. I either like to have the wheel angled the opposite way to where you're taking pictures, so we are turning this all the way to the left. Normally take pictures of the bike on the exhaust side. Very important because the bike leans to the left, obviously. And as for lights, depending, if I'm doing like a front end shot at night time, you can't take a picture at the front with the lights on. But for these like backlights here, you do want them on, so I like to leave the key in, let the battery run dead. If it's any Yamaha, you probably don't want to do that. Now I just want to get my settings right. I want to expose for the background, not the foreground, like the object that you're taking pictures of, because it's a lot easier to increase the exposure rather than reducing overexposed highlights in the background. Now we want to go for a bit of a warmer tone, so it might go 750 Kelvin. Doesn't really matter if you're shooting raw. Yeah, on to the first tip of the day, number 1, is getting low to the ground. So you can get some really nice wide angle shots if you're using the road, the car park, wherever you're out. Yeah, we'll get some shots around here and I'll explain the rest. Yeah, and coming up here closer to the bike, if you're coming down, you can angle the camera up and get some really unique angles that you would never get if you weren't this low. And if you want just a plain, straightforward one, you want to line yourself up with where the engine's sitting. You want to be about that level. So, all about squatting down, getting as low as you can to shoot bikes. Alright, the next way you can improve your motorbike photography is getting those like 3/4 angles. Once again, getting fairly low. So this is a really cool shot here with the shrubbery behind. And you can still see the buildings. So you want to get a rear 3/4 and a front 3/4 shot. Just like that. And this one I love. If you're standing here in the middle of the bike, shooting dead on, make sure the handlebars are straight. Go on. And yeah, you can get the entire bike in one picture from the top. Alright, I'm going to demonstrate something fairly cool. Normally I do this with helmet and gloves, but I'm wearing a helmet to film this. Your subject, your main subject, the motorbike, or person that's on it, does not have to be in the middle of the shot the entire time. So you can move your focus area over to the left or right, get these lower angles, and use something like the gloves in the foreground, or move this over to the right, keep the gloves in the foreground, and the motorbike there in the back. So basically, it's not always keeping your subject in the center of the frame. I can hear more bikes down there. There's like really active today actually with the bikes. We've just had a bunch of rain over the weekend, so everyone's keen to get out. Alright, next tip I'm going to go through is getting all of these little details. Like you want to get the Honda badge, like the CBR badge. If they have a cool key tag, you want to capture that. Any stickers, like if the lights are cool. Little distraction, mate. And then like the dash you want to get. So any of these details you want to take pictures of. Let's do it. And like this rear cow shot here that I'm getting, really unique. I love it. Love getting that one when I can. Now my exhaust isn't that pretty, but I'll do it for the concept. We'll come around here, get a nice picture of like the Kaizen tag. And the dash. Yeah, you just want to get any logos. If they have cool levers, mine are just off eBay, but any of like the RSV levers, basic. Any like CBR logos, you want to get the dash. Any of that. It's sick. And excuse my tires, mate. I just did a 1,000-kilometer journey on these guys, so they have not lent any corners. And the front tire is brand new. We got it on 2 days ago. You can still like see the little dots there. Alright, now moving on to the last tip, which I personally think this is the most important, especially if you're a car photographer coming over to shooting motorbikes. Yeah, and that is to use a longer lens. So this lens goes up to 75. Between 50mm and 75, even up to 100 is perfect. Oh, look at the dark. Yeah, using a longer lens, like up to your 75mm, and then standing way further back will bring a lot of the backgrounds closer, compress your image a lot more, and make the motorbike look bigger. So if I stand further back and get this, you can see all of those buildings there to the left or to the right. Much more clearer than if I was to go a wider angle and closer. Like this, like you can hardly see those buildings in the background until I zoom in and get that sort of angle. Yeah, gonna go through all my shots, make sure I've got everything. And if there's any more shots I don't want to get afterwards. Also, while I'm here, bonus tip at the end, thanks for watching this far, is bring a bloody water bottle to your shoots. They're so handy. Especially one with a straw you can drink through the helmet. That's been my 5 tips to shoot a motorbike with a camera. If you want to see something similar with an iPhone pictures, any other camera that you want to see, different lenses, leave it in the comments and I'll try and accommodate it. Alright, let's pack all this gear up and head back home, edit these pictures, and get this done as soon as we can. Alright, if you enjoyed that, check out one of these other videos. I've been putting a lot of work into my videos starting this year, trying to see if I can grow a YouTube channel. So if you enjoyed this one, go check out some of the others, you might enjoy them. Thanks for watching, don't forget to subscribe, and peace.